Hey friends, Ash here. Welcome back to Gents. Hope that you're doing well. Today we're going to be talking about some upcoming new fragrances that you have to look forward to, including a new Asad Zanzibar. Yeah. It could be good though. It could be good. So yeah, a new Lattafa, a new Afnan, potentially some new Pradas, a new Gucci Guilty, and some new information on a new Bleu de Chanel. So we're gonna talk about all of that in today's video. Most of this I'm pulling from ifragranceofficial.com, which is gonna be linked in the description. Feel free to check them out. We got a lot of info on fragrances, upcoming ones, new ones, all that stuff. So where to get started? Well, let's kick it off just with a little Afnan. So this one is called Historic Sahara. It's got a pretty slick looking bottle, and this is one that I actually already have on order, so basically gonna be here any day now. Hopefully it doesn't suck. But for now, since I don't have it quite in my hands, let's read about it. Discover the new Historic Sahara by Afnan, the latest member of the historic lineup for men and women, I guess. I mean, I can already read here what it's a clone of, so maybe rework that, maybe just for the men. The fragrance embodies the beguiling sight of golden dunes and journeys across the Sahara. The scent opens like a cozy desert breeze, giving off an enigmatic, alluring, and irresistible vibe. Just once I want a brand to be like doing the write-up and go, so honestly, this one sucks. We gave it a good shot. We tried, but it is pretty terrible, honestly. It's trash. Because there have been fragrances before, clones, designer niche, that have had like super hype man kind of write-ups, and then you get it in, sprayed on, and you're like, holy shit, what were you smoking when you wrote that? I guess it could be Chat GPT.
Smoking these meats. Smoking meats earlier in the day.
Actually, let me see if I can come up with a little something. Let's go ahead and finish this first, then we'll do the opposite. So, back into the fragrance. The fusion of opulent, fiery spices, smooth sweetness, and seductive scent trail makes this sophisticated fragrance utterly irresistible. It's your best companion if you want to leave a lasting impression and announce yourself proudly. And then right underneath that it says, it's inspired by Altair by Parfums de Marly. Nice! That's honestly the color gives it away, the color of the bottle. Note breakdown: top of bergamot, cinnamon, and cardamom, mid of elemi, vanilla, and sugar, and base of musk, almond, tonka, wood, praline, and ambroxan. I wonder if they're doing like a release party for this one in Dubai. I mean, like I said, I've already got the fragrance coming, but I have noticed that like every single release now has like a Dubai party. It's not really my vibe. I don't think I'm ever gonna show up to one of those ever. Yeah, it's not my thing, but every release, man. Oh yeah, what's up, bro? Yeah, it's a short trip, man. It's like 16-hour flight. Of course, I'm not gonna miss it, dude. I'm ready to party. Yeah, I'll be here again next week, and the week after that, and the week after that too. Let's go. Let's go. All right, opposite time. Stick with me. We got some more stuff coming up. Just for once, I want it to be like this. This fragrance is the olfactory equivalent of getting lost in a sandstorm with no water and a flat tire. It opens with all the subtlety of a cheap air freshener left in a hot car. Loud, jarring, and borderline headache-inducing. Any attempt at evoking desert mystique is lost in a clash of synthetic spices and muddled sweetness that feels more like a clumsy imitation of something luxurious rather than the real deal. Just once, I want to see that. Just once. But honestly though, this one being an Afnan, it's probably gonna be pretty friggin' good, otherwise I wouldn't have bought it. So there we go. Next up, let's talk about those Pradas. Lunar Carbon, Lunar Black.
What?
Yeah, you're thinking to yourself, he's lost his mind. He's done for. This is the end. He's finally. But no, those fragrances, yes, they've been out for a while, but something nefarious maybe a foot. Before we get to those and the new Bleu de Chanel though, you know what time it is. It's code time. And I need to update you on those JOMASHOP codes because they change every quarter, and they are indeed changing. So come July 1, they will be different as you see on the screen here. So be aware of that. So those new codes will run for a few months. So if you have been using the old codes, make sure you have these new ones now to use, and they only work within the JOMASHOP app. And then of course there are also codes for Gift Express, a full 15% off that website, the Perfume Box, Beauty House, and many more stores. So use those whenever you shop there, save yourself some money. All right, Lunar Rosa Carbon. Now, officially on iFragrance's website, it says Lunar Rosa Carbon 2024. And this is something we kind of saw at the same time, being iFragrance official, where they put Lunar Rosa Carbon out as a new fragrance on Macy's website. So I started looking at some of the other Lunar Rosa fragrances and saw Lunar Rosa Black also had apparently been tweaked, we'll say. And I did actually purchase both of those fragrances, new bottles, to do a side-by-side comparison, and those videos will be out soon. But what I noticed was Lunar Rosa Carbon, as I said, popped up as a new fragrance on Macy's, which is kind of weird. It's been out for a while, so why is it suddenly new? Like they removed it and then put it back on. But it's not just that, the note breakdown changed, the description changed. And here is how it changed. The old notes for Lunar Rosa Carbon when it was first launched were as follows. Off the top, bergamot and pepper. In the mid, lavender, metallic notes, watery notes, coal and soil. And then in the base, ambroxan and patchouli. But that has been tweaked, and now there are but 3 notes, and they're not the same. Well, obviously they're not the same. There's only 3 notes, but it's changed. Off the top now, fresh metallic lavender. So that is your one top note, though I guess it's like a special one because it's fresh metallic lavender. It's not just lavender. In the mid, green floral geranium, which was not one of the notes when it was first launched. And then in the base, mineral forward ambroxan. And as it shows on iFragrance's website, Prada has reintroduced Prada Lunar Rosa Carbon with a tweaked formula. A seductive cologne for men that combines the freshness of lavender, vibrant notes of aromatic geranium, along with the dry undertones of ambroxan. Taking its cues from nature and technology, the new rich formula is a botanical mix of a modern fragrance for men. And then kind of the same thing for Lunar Rosa Black. Prada has reintroduced Prada Lunar Rosa Black with a minor tweak in its 2018 formula. The highly masculine woody amber fragrance boasts a top of zesty bergamot and angelica that invigorates the senses, laced by pink pepper spicy nuance. A duo of earthy patchouli and sweet coumarin dominates the core, while a powerful woody amber base creates an irresistible masculine scent. It's an impeccable choice for men who look for elegance and high performance in every situation. So Lunar Rosa Carbon, a change, a tweak, and like I said, I have a video coming out where I go over in more detail the differences between the original and what you're gonna find now at stores. Same thing with Lunar Rosa Black. On Macy's website, this is how it reads. Now, Prada Lunar Rosa Black is an exciting and warm men's perfume that fuses spicy pink pepper, fresh coumarin, and musky ambergris to slowly build sensual masculine energy. This unexpected men's cologne is filled with mesmerizing possibilities. So they have the top as spicy pink pepper, the mid as magnetic coumarin presence, and the base as wild musk notes. Magnetic coumarin presence. Now, the original note breakdown for Lunar Rosa Black was a top of angelica and bergamot, a mid of coumarin and patchouli, and a base of amber and musk. So you can see there, spicy pink pepper was not in the original note breakdown, and now it's the focal point, apparently, of the top, a spicy pink pepper. The angelica is no longer listed, the bergamot no longer listed, at least on Macy's website. And you can also see these changes on Prada's own website, those note changes. And officially on iFragrance Official, it shows as a 2024 release, Lunar Rosa Carbon and Black 2024, but really it just started hitting stores in the US here recently. So there we go, some new stuff. Kind of new. Next, let's talk about that Chanel, the Bleu de Chanel. So I did a video maybe a couple months ago at this point talking about rumored fragrances. And one of those was a new Bleu de Chanel. At the time, there had been like, I think one picture that had popped up online, and pretty quickly it got scrubbed. You know how it is. Chanel is basically like Denzel in Training Day. So they just showed up, you know, gun in your face, and they're like, remove that.
Yes, sir. I'm sorry, sir.
So yeah, the picture got scrubbed, but there is a little more info, a trickle of info. So I'm not gonna name any names here, but you know who you are, shout out to you. And I'm not gonna name any places either, but some Chanel boutiques have started reaching out to we'll call them high-spend customers, letting them know that the new Bleu de Chanel exclusif is going to be in stores in August. So that is the word on the street. There is an official date kind of toward the beginning of August, but should that hold, there should be a big drop of information, I would imagine, sometime within the next month or so about the new Bleu de Chanel. Unless they decide to just drop it on our heads right at the beginning of August, but I would imagine they'd probably want to like advertise it first, I don't know. So that is the name, Bleu de Chanel exclusif. Apparently they decided we're not going elixir. No note breakdowns at this point, and like I said, the only picture of this fragrance, which carried that name, has basically been scrubbed off the internet. But I wanted to give you guys that heads up that it's going to be coming out soon-ish. And it's been a while since we've had a new Bleu de Chanel, so hopefully they don't screw it up. But I've got faith in them, I've got faith. Next, let's talk about the new Gucci Guilty, and this is called Gucci Guilty Absolu. If you'll remember, there was a Gucci Guilty Absolute. Yeah, remember that one? That did not do so hot. Yeah. I remember when it came out, a lot of people were really iffy about it, and a lot of people enjoyed it as kind of like a very unique designer scent, but it did not go over well. Like as far as sales and everything, that was a big whiff. So they're going with a very similar name here, Absolu, but it's definitely a different fragrance style. And the bottle is actually quite similar to Gucci Guilty Elixir, which means less fragrance for more money. Yeah, that actually sucks. But it'll be good. Knock on wood. Discover the new Guilty Absolu Pour Homme, the new addition to the Guilty lineup for men. What's your guilty pleasure scent? The intense woody amber blend is made to be your new guilty pleasure. You get it? Guilty pleasure? The big brain. At its core, rum adds a cozy vibe, evoking the aroma of the aged alcoholic beverage, swirling with the radiant essence of orange flower Absolute. I like that. Rum adds a cozy vibe, evoking the aroma of the aged alcoholic beverage. It's good. I didn't know what rum was, and now I'm like, oh. The hot red chili pepper accord adds a spicy touch to the overall vibe, resulting in a longer lasting scent trail. It was right there, guys. It was right there. The hot red chili pepper, just move the red and the hot. Come on, it was right there. It fits any occasion whenever you need a touch of enigma, elegance, and seduction. It comes in a vibrant green flacon and the same aesthetics as the Guilty lineup. Okie dokie. So yeah, the note breakdown as it stands now, 3 of them. Rum, orange blossom, and red chili pepper. Obviously with it being in that similar bottle style to Guilty Elixir, and then having orange blossom in there, makes me think, you know, it's gonna be kind of in that styling, right? Because that one had pimento seeds and orange blossom. So you've got like the chili aspect there potentially. Obviously you have the white florals, and then the main difference is going to be, other than the lack of notes, the rum. So I do wonder if this is, to an extent, like an extension of Gucci Guilty Elixir, you know, something that's kind of following up on that, but with a new twist, a new style, which honestly could be really good. I'm wondering if maybe they come out with some more notes, you know, as time goes on, just flesh it out a little bit. But if it is Gucci Guilty Elixir done with more of a, you know, fall, winter, boozy, warm, sweet, sexy touch, then I'm not gonna argue against that. That sounds good. That sounds real good. Let's finish up with the new Asad Zanzibar limited edition. That's right, Lattafa coming at us now with limited editions. The question is, how successful is it gonna be? Because I guarantee you, keep this between you and me, but if this is successful and people really like it, suddenly that limited edition is not gonna be so limited anymore. CDNIM limited edition, still around, but it does give them an out, because if they come out with the limited edition and everyone hates it, they go, it was limited. It was, yeah, we meant that, we were gonna just keep it for like just a couple months to be, that was the whole plan, dude. That's why we said limited. But then if it does really well, they go, due to popular demand, just, we're gonna keep it. Thank you. Discover Asad Zanzibar Limited Edition, a new rendition of the original Asad Zanzibar. The tonka bean, amber cedarwood, and sandalwoods available for a limited time. I think that sentence is not constructed correctly. The fragrance lures with its aromatic amber character, boasting a blend of marine notes, soft lavender, and fiery pink pepper. The heart highlights its distinct character with spicy cinnamon, smooth cashmere, and black soap. Where have I heard that before? The blend nestles on a robust bedding of woods, including cedarwood and sandalwood. That makes it sound like hamster shavings, maybe rework that. While the duo of tonka and amber provide an enveloping warmth to the composition. The blend nestles on a robust bedding of woods. Succulent. So, black soap. Yes, that is a note that does not get used very often. And the first thing that's gonna pop right up into my noodle here is Invictus Parfum by the house formerly known as Paco Rabanne, which that one had a completely different note breakdown. It had marine notes, lavender, pink pepper, musk, cashmere, sandalwood. Completely different, just totally different. A little sarcasm there. A lot of those notes are shared with Asad Zanzibar limited edition, but I would imagine that this one is kind of a twist. So what I mean by that is, it would not surprise me one iota if this is quite similar to Invictus Parfum, but done in a way that also has like its own little twist on the DNA. That's kind of what I'm anticipating looking at that note breakdown, is something along those lines. Something that is Invictus Parfum-y, but then given its own little personal identifier, you know? Something where you say, oh yeah, Asad Zanzibar limited edition, it is inspired by that one, but it's also a little different. That kind of vibe. I do find it a little bit interesting that Asad Zanzibar is the one that's getting a limited edition, a rework, because Asad Zanzibar of the Asad fragrances, probably the worst received, and by probably I mean definitely. But it could also be that they're looking at it and they're going, ah, that one, you know, didn't do so hot. We need to redeem ourselves. And so now they're trying to, like, you know, come out with this new vibe and see how it goes. And as always with big Lattafa releases, I would imagine it's gonna get a pre-order from a bunch of different stores where they're gonna be like, hey, you can order this right now. And then, you know, maybe a month or two later, the price is gonna drop on it. So beware of that. There we go, guys. New stuff. Actually, a good amount of new stuff. Rumored Bleu de Chanel coming soon. Lunar, Rosa, Trickery, Skullduggery. New Lattafa, new Afnan. Yeah, good stuff. Maybe, potentially. Let me know in the comments down below which you're looking forward to the most. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me here today. Take care of yourselves, stay safe out there. See you tomorrow with another fragrance video. See you guys.